Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, career mode. And so far this career hasn't exactly been stellar. I'll have to admit that. But I have, as you can see here, I've put in a new mod. This is the Research and Development Overview. You click on this and it gives you a listing. It shows you what science you have done so far. For example, here I can sort by remaining, and apparently in these various things, well, I'm not entirely certain about that. Okay, crew reports. Shows you the crew reports and where you've taken them from. EVA reports, same thing. Mystery crew observations. Observations you've done and where you've done them. And okay, I see. I've earned 5 science observing mystery goo in Kerbin's upper atmosphere. I can earn another 7.6 from that. And let's see, recovery. Recovery of a vessel after suborbital, returning from Kerbin orbit, vessel that survived the flight. There's not a whole lot of science left for this, but you still will get something. And surface samples. This one's important. The surface samples from Kerbin's shore, from Kerbin's water, from KSC. I need to get more surface samples because they've introduced biomes and you'll want surface samples from each of them. And judging from what I see on the remaining column, multiple surface samples from each location. So, that gives a little bit of an idea of what has been done, what hasn't, and what can be done. Now, the moon is nothing listed there, or Minmus, or Eve, or Gilly, or any of the rest of these places. Nothing is listed because nothing has been out there. And then, of course, there's Get Advice from the Scientific Kerbals. You click this. If a ship crashes into the moon and there are no Kerbals to see it, does it really crash? Yes. Anyway, up here is the total science points earned, 94.5. Discovered experiments remaining, the remaining science points available from the currently so far discovered experiments. I could get another 70.3 science just from the things that I've already done. You know, like the crew reports that I could take more of, the EVA reports, the mystery goo, the recoveries, and surface samples, and so on. And anyway, so that's that. It's kind of a interesting guide. It beats the heck out of taking down all this information, writing it down on paper, or making up some kind of a spreadsheet to track it. This is handy. Click that, make it go away. Let's drop in here to the Research Center. And here's where we are so far. We've got this first one, and the fins, and the decoupler, and the launch clamps, and the other decoupler, and the tricoupler, and the struts, the LV909, the radial chute, the landing struts. What I'm going for right now, next, is going to be this one. That's the next thing I want to unlock because it's got the batteries, the science bay, and this comms antenna. I don't think I want to be using that, at least not right away, because it requires more power. So I'm going to get this one. I'm kind of thinking that somewhere, depending on this one, somewhere out this way, is going to be the solar panels. And that's going to be important because that will give me a way to recharge batteries. So let's head to the vehicle assembly building and put together something that can do this and get us enough science to do this stuff. Alright, so far I've tried going to orbit. I had a couple of ship designs and a bunch of failures in trying to get something out to the moon. I'm going to dial it back a little bit here. Instead, we're going to get to be just a little bit more basic. Instead, we're going to put this thing into orbit, into a polar orbit, if we can manage it. And then from that polar orbit, we're going to do some observations from as many places as possible. Alright, mystery goo. Let's put a pair of those on the capsule. And just in case we get the opportunity to transmit, we'll pop an antenna on there. Oops. Only one antenna. Especially since it costs power to run them. Alright, now let's get some fuel on here. And I'm using this larger engine because it generates electricity. It generates outputs electric charge of 7 units a second, so that's good. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking this thing may need to do some refueling, that this fuel might not be enough, so. We don't have fuel lines yet, but we can carry extra tanks of fuel and do some right-click transfers of fuel while we're in flight. I don't know, it might be just a little bit top-heavy. Let's not try getting top-heavy. Use a smaller tank. Yeah. So basically, I empty this fuel tank and I transfer the juice out of these two into it, and then jettison them. Yeah, let's keep our staging right. Alright, now, so let's head down here. Put together something that can get this into orbit. Alright, let's see. Now for the launch stage. All right. Some decouplers and boosters. SRBs. Now there's a thought. Get the solids, light the solids up first, let them get it off the ground, then jettison those as we light the liquid engines. Yeah, that might be better. All right. Nice and simple. No excess complication, no landing legs, no trying to go to the moon with this thing. We're just going to get it up there and get going. And I'm going to give it one more bit of advantage. These capsules generate power, and they have torque. 5 torque for her. All right. Wonder if I can get some down here. Actually, if I change this, have the liquids light at the same time as the solids, then temporarily, during the early part of the flight, I can have an extra 15 torque down here until this setup jettisons, until the SRBs jettison at least. Polar 1. Alright. I think we've got something here. So, let's see if we can put this into a polar orbit and take observations over a lot of different places on Kerbal. Alright, here we are. We have Jebediah in the pilot seat again. We really need to see about getting somebody else flying some of these things, but we'll worry about that next time. And these should not be way down here. Let's put them up there where they're out of the way. There. Alright, SAS is on. We throttle it up in about 3/4 or so because the boosters are going to kick in right away. Let's see if we can take this around the North Pole. We're leaning over awfully hard, awfully fast, trying to pull it back. It's not cooperating. About to lose the SRBs. Trying very hard to pull this thing up. I'm getting a little better luck now. Gaining some altitude. Okay, let's have a look out here real fast. Okay. It's coming around. Still gaining altitude. Trying to pitch back. Alright, second stage going. Or third if you count the solids. Accelerating big time here. We've just lost a lot of mass. Looking good. Observe the goo. Transmit the report while we have the power to do it. And I've noticed that that resets the container so we can use it again. We're descending. Oh, I forgot to go full thrust. I don't think that's going to help us much now. We're descending too fast. Keep an eye on where the ground is. Let's get a crew report. Transmit. Okay, we're gaining altitude again. Pitching up a bit. Looks like there's some mountains over there. That'll be another region. And there's that mountain over that way. That would be cool to get a look at if we could manage to do that. All right. On the final stage. Accelerating like crazy now. Let's see. If I can pitch this thing over this way, we can at least get over these mountains up this way. Now, we're all over the doggone place. All right, let's go for another crew report. Transmit it, get it out of there. Throttle off. Let's transfer some fuel. And here's where we'll be very soon jettisoning 2 of those capsules. Get a goo report. It's transmitting. All right, let's get rid of those. Throttle this thing up and see how much farther we can get. Oh, that's looking special. Out of fuel. Okay, this looks like some different terrain. Let's see if we got a better another crew report. It still says upper atmosphere. I'll take the report. Alright, jettison this since we don't need it anymore. Okay, I don't think we'll be transmitting anything more, but it looks to me like we may come down. Well, let's have a look where we're coming down. In a mountain region. So we'll get a soil sample from there, and that will count for something. The whole purpose of this mission was to just simply gather as much science as possible so that we can open up some stuff on the tech tree that will make our missions last longer. At least, that's the theory. Save the data. The goo is getting cold. I would do an EVA report, but from 36 kilometers and falling fast, I don't think that would be a very swift idea. And I'm allergic to killing Kerbals, so. Definitely coming down in the mountains. Yeah. Getting some deceleration from braking. One more goo container. Saving the data. And I think we need to pop the chute real soon. Yeah, how about right about there? No crashing. Okay, good. Time warp this thing down. Get a surface sample. And we may have enough science to open up something worth opening up. Well, it's all worth opening up, but something we really want. Okay. At least an EVA here. There, got it up right. All right, jet EVA. All right, get me a EVA report. We'll save that and we'll take a surface sample. Get 9 science out of that. Okay. Grab a hold, get aboard, and one more crew report. From Kerbal Highland. Save that. Okay, let's just go up here and recover. Alright, see here, we've got 1.5 here, 9 here, 2.4, 4.2, 3.3, and 0 for having survived the flight. 20.5 on this mission, 39 total. So we've got a little bit more stuff here, some more mystery goo, another recovery, so on. Let's head in here. Alright, I think, yeah, no, we can't. 45 needed, we've only got 39. Okay, we're going to try this same mission again. And see what we can do. Try to fly a different direction, get over some more area. Matter of fact, let me adjust this ship a little bit.